I get a little organized here. I think I'm doing the right thing. I always have to change Zooms and get myself logged in the way that I want to. So hang on. All right. Okay. Okay. We are going to talk about a tale of two markets. So one of the things that I always want to do in this broker chat is just show you how to win in business, right? How to create more deals, how to do it correctly and with strength and with information. So that's what we're going to talk about today a little bit, is a tale of two markets and the kinds of things you might be talking about right now to encourage sellers to get off the sidelines and into the game, right? It feels like a lot of people are frozen right now and not sure what to do. So what information can we provide? So we're going to look now. This information is not, it's through November because through December is not out yet. So I kind of apologize for that, but mostly you'll learn how to do it. So let's look. Okay. All right, can you see my screen? Looks like you can. Somebody nod up and down. Okay, thank you, Dennis, for the thumbs up. That's great. So just wanting you to know that this is about creating opportunity, right? It's about keeping your conversations current and valuable. Sometimes we want to call our sphere, but we think, gosh, if I just call and say, hi, happy new year, am I bothering them? And maybe the answer is yes, right? If we don't provide value as a real estate agent, maybe they'd be happy to hear from us. Maybe they wouldn't. So if we want them to trust us as their real estate agent, what can we talk about that might be valuable to them right now? So I just want to show you kind of how the luxury market is trending versus the other markets. This is national data from NAR. And you can see what price range is down the most in number of sales, right? Across the US, down the most in number of sales on the far right hand at the top. And then what price range has the longest days on the market, right? So that is clearly luxury as well. So if that's the truth, which doesn't surprise me and probably doesn't surprise you, and we certainly are not in a bad luxury market. I don't want to imply that we're in some negative place for luxury. That's not true. Our markets are still hanging tough. However, if that's true, what other information might we have that would show us what's an opportunity that we could be talking to our sphere about? So after you log in, you can go to Netris Trends. So instead of going to Matrix or instead of going to Tax, after you log into Netris, you can go to Netris Trends. And I did this slide. It may have trends through December now. It did not when I did this presentation, but all right, month supply under 500K in November showed 2.4 months. So look at that, 500 to a million, 3.7 months. Over a million is 5.7 months of supply. So I'm going to go back and kind of show you so you can see at the top to choose the price range, and you can make it a custom price range. You could even do this for just Denton County if you wanted to. You can do it however you wanted to. I did it for all of MLS just to give me, is what I'm feeling is happening, can I back that up with stats? And the truth is, can. Because every time it goes up in price, it also goes up in the months of inventory that are available. So what months of inventory means is that if we got no more new listings at the pace that we're selling currently, when would we run out of homes to sell? So below 500, we would run out of sales in 2.4 months. But over a million, right, it would take 5.7 months. Well, I wonder what that means for consumers. Interesting. Let's look at what else we can tell. We also can just look at days on the market. Same exact thing, price range. Days on the market under 500 is now 25. 500 to a million is 30. Look at that, over a million is 32. So that's not a lot of days on the market for homes over $1 million. This is not a bleak picture, but it does tell us something, right? We're confirming a trend that might be good for consumers to know, which is that luxury is having a little bit more challenging time to sell, right? All right, and then let's look at shows to pending. This is also still in Netris trends. Shows to pending is how many showings can you expect before you go in pending status. I love this, 10 showings. So all these people are sitting on the sidelines not selling because they're like, oh my gosh, it's a bad market. Really? You don't have the stomach for 10 showings to make your dreams come true, to do what you and your family need to do? Come on. Yes, you do, right? Shows to pending under 510, shows to pending 500 to a million, 11, shows to pending over a million are 12. So again, 12 showings on $1 million house is not bad. And it is a little bit slower than lower price. So is this a good time to move up? A lot of people think that because interest rates are higher, that it's a terrible time to get a new mortgage on a new property. And I would disagree. I would say that a lot of the evidence points toward this being a good time to move up. And the ability for a seller to buy down has never been more important. So a few more stats for you to use are percent of original price under 500K, 96.7. 500 to a million, 96.4. And then over a million, 94.7. So you have access to all of this, but you can tell that sellers are taking lower offers. This is what this says. Sellers are taking lower offers. Well, because we're smart agents, we know that the most important part is the interest rate, because you're going to spend a fortune over time due to the interest rate. So I'd rather this price on over $1 million be just a tiny bit higher and use that money that the seller is willing to discount, use that money to buy down the interest rate. And then I have made myself a very good decision to move. I can sell my current home, strong price, quick days on market, few showings, and go buy something that may be having a little bit of a harder time selling. Really good to know this kind of information. And then sales price increase year over year, right? Under 500, still up 4.1%. 500 to a million, up 3.6%. Over a million, up 3.5%. So there are no indications of anything besides that luxury homes are struggling a little bit to get sold. Not a lot. It's not terrible. Not a bad day at all. And our knowledge of actually it being a pretty good time is important. Here is information about buying down a rate, proving that it is better to buy down a rate than to get a lower price. And I mean, I guess it depends on the situation. You want a lender that can explain it to you. for the situation that you are in, but many, many, many times, I'm going to say 75% of the time, your buyer would benefit from buying down the rate rather than taking the price reduction. And most buyers don't know that. That doesn't sound like common sense. I want the cheapest price I can get, right? And yet that is really what we want. If that seller's got $10,000 to spend, maybe we want to buy the interest rate down, particularly on a move up, where more than likely they're going to stay in that new home longer. So buying down the rate makes huge sense on a move up. I'm leaving this up there for just a few minutes so that you can read it and see it. And honestly, if your lender isn't explaining this to you and talking to you about this and helping you generate business, generate interest in moving, gosh, that's really too bad, because you need people in your corner that are helping you get people off the sidelines and onto the market. This is also just a different explanation of 3 options. If they had $7,500 that the seller was willing to take off the price, you see option 1 says the payment goes down by $39 a month. Option 2, if they do a 2-1 buy down, so the rate would be lowered by 2 points the first year, 1 point the second year, and then go to normal, right? It tells you how that would work. Or a permanent buy down saves $146 a month for the life of the loan. So if they're going to stay there at least 51 months, then it makes much more financial sense to take the permanent buy down than it does to take the lower price. Okay. And then I just want to remind you about Homeward, which is a great product that helps people buy before they sell. So you for sure want to look at that and understand that people don't have to be homeless. They can get approved, buy a home, and then sell their other home. Make sure you know that FHA financing is available all the way up to 726.2 now, so very much a higher rate. And then just how are you talking to people about this? I love some of these ads or social media posts or blog posts, or how are you talking to people about, is now a good time to buy a bigger house? So when people ask you about the market, do you say, well, in looking at the trends, honestly, we might should talk about buying a bigger house. If you've ever thought about it, now might be a good time. Because the upper end of the market is slowing down more than the lower end. And I have tools I can help you buy and then sell. And then posts like this are 4 steps to know when it's time to buy a bigger home, right? Determine what you want and what you need. Review your finances with a trusted lender. Determine your long-range plans. And then choose your team to make it happen, which would be you and a lender that they know, like, and trust, who can help them buy down. Oops. Okay. I'm going to stop share. What do y'all think about that? Anybody have questions? I would love to hear what you're thinking. If this helps you know anything different to say or do to your sphere, just about how to get in the marketplace. And you don't really know people's situation unless you put stuff out there. So you don't know who might be going through a divorce and living on 2 different floors of the home and selling is really what they need. Somebody who is pregnant, somebody who, all kinds of reasons that people need to move. So if you also are on the sidelines and don't know the trends and don't know the things to be talking about, you're not actually serving them as their realtor in the way that they need, right? They need someone who knows what they're doing, who can sell when they need to sell and buy when they need to buy, not just how the market feels, but actually knows some stats. So hopefully this will help you. Anybody have any questions? You're okay?
This will help me because I'm planning to buy in Texas and sell my home here in Michigan.
Okay.
So I have a trusted lender for here, but I'm going to have to establish one when I get to Texas. So there's
Good.
plenty of preferred vendors, right?
Absolutely, yes. And make sure that you understand about the seller paying for a buy down of the interest rate. If you
Right.
think you're going to stay in that home for any length of time, that is absolutely the right thing to ask for right now.
Okay.
Okay, awesome. And welcome to Texas.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. All right, you guys. Well, let me know if I can help you in any way. Happy 2023. And I'm just going to keep bringing you as much information about how to win, how to talk to people, how to be confident. I'm going to try as often as I can to bring you all that good information. All right. See you guys soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.